24/7 access to convenient emergency care. Go to theerexperts.com for locations near you. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Summer is upon us. That means trips to the beach and sometimes a dirty car. That's why you need to think about a trip to Bubble Down Car Wash, where you can get the unlimited plan, go through as many times as you need to keep your car clean this summer. You'll have the cleanest car in town every time you bubble down.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online and visit and save up to 95%. Go to hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's JP. On 1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio.
guys, if I could just have your attention.
Let's go! Turn it on now!
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go! Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast. Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go,
Are you ready?
It's JP, 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio.
So, what? I don't know if you saw this or not, but it's going to make me laugh because I feel the pain a little bit here. Did you see this thing about Shaquille O'Neal having to exit quickly?
No, what happened?
I guess, he does Inside the NBA.
I love that dude.
I know.
I really do. I love that dude.
It's honestly tough to dislike him. Like, he just seems like...
He's that guy.
I hate to say it because it sounds so cliche, and I know he's got zillions of dollars, and he's famous, but is he just a regular guy just who happens to have a lot of money and who's famous? Does he just seem like he's just chill?
I think if you watch, I've watched documentaries on Shaq, and if you see the way he was raised, like his father was military, that whole thing, homeboy ran a tight ship, like that guy was just raised right.
You know what? And that's what it always comes down to.
He was really just raised right. And he's funny. And he's, and he's got a great personality. So it's like he's a tough one. He's one of those guys where I've never heard anybody say anything, except breaking his balls. But
that's half the fun. I don't know why, but I don't know if you watch any of that Inside the NBA stuff and with the playoffs and everything. I've been catching more than usual. But it is that camaraderie, that fun back and forth that they have, that it's not the stifled, I am going to announce this program and I'm going to be, it's just fun, it feels like. But so speaking of which, during that live show, he literally just rushed off set and like right in the middle of their broadcast. What is that?
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know if that was sound effects of him leaving the set.
No, what happened to him?
Well, apparently they were like kind of busting his balls again. They're like, "You all right?" And he was like, "Just keep going. I gotta keep talking. I gotta go." And apparently they're like, "Bring matches with you." Apparently he had some,
he was touching cotton, as my wife would say.
Maybe it was. He was definitely having to use the bathroom right quick. And,
dude, that is the worst.
It is. I mean, you're on a live show, and you know how long. I can imagine how long before he physically left that he was thinking, "Oh God, I don't want to have to leave. Am I going to have to leave?" Like he must have been wrestling with it in his head.
It happened to my relationship with my cousins we hadn't seen each other for a very long time. And then my cousin's wife, Tracy, we were all at a funeral together, and she's like, it's wrong that we all don't get together. And she made it a thing to make sure that the cousins all got back together. And basically, I was the outlier because their mothers are sisters, right? And I'm the outside. My father was their cousin. Okay? So I was the outsider. So anyway, I had lost touch with them. And then she made sure that I was back in the fold, and I really appreciated it. One night we went out to dinner. Nicole and I had just gone out to dinner, and I ran into them. And they had just bought a new house. They were like, come by and see the house. So we were getting ready to leave. They were getting ready to leave. We go to see the house. And as we're going there, my wife gets that feeling. Like she's got to go to the bathroom.
Uh-oh. That's just scary.
Right? So now I'm like, we have to go. She's like, no, I know, but we can't stay. And we're in there. So now, again, I hadn't seen them a lot.
Yeah.
And Nicole had barely even ever met them. And now we're in the house, and I can see what's happening to my wife. So now I have to figure out, he's showing me, my cousin's got, money, and he's showing me a boat and all this other thing, and I'm trying to rush it along, but I don't want to sound rude. But I know my wife is dying a death, and she doesn't want to go in and blow up the bathroom because she doesn't really know these people.
Yeah, and then you're screwed. This is why all
That's
why
horrible.
poopery was made, because I think you can blow it up with it still not smelling, correct? Does it work?
Yes,
I've never had
you can blow it up, and you can do it without it with poopery, and she does carry it now in her bag. I don't think she did at that point, but they also know, see, it's different with guys. If a woman is spending a little bit of time in the bathroom, it's kind of okay. Maybe she's changing, girl stuff or whatever it is. So
tampon. Say it, JP.
Right.
Say tampon.
Tampon or pad.
Okay, impressive.
What do they use now? They use those cups.
The cups.
People using cups.
Yes, Joe uses a cup.
Does she really?
She swears by it too. And I'm not talking out of school. She's mentioned this on air. Yeah, and I can't wrap my head around it, but she swears by it. See,
Sorry, Joj.
This is why guys could never have their periods. You're just
It's pukey. But anyway, but if I had that same situation and I ended up just having to go, if you're in there, how long does it take a guy to pee?
Yeah.
A minute and a half tops, right?
Yeah.
So if you're in there anything longer than that minute, that 90 seconds, chances are they know you're bombing the place.
See, and that's the fear for me anyway, as a woman. I'm like, I can't be in here too long or they're going to think I'm doing that.
Right.
And I'm not.
But meanwhile, we all do it. That's what gets me.
I know.
Why there's such a stigma. We're worried about mental health. Let's get rid of the stigma. We all crap. And yet there's a huge stigma because you don't want to be the one who blew up the bathroom in somebody's house. Because then they're telling everybody about that time their friends came over and the wife, who they barely even knew, bombed the bathroom.
And if we all have sympathy for those situations, if we all are like, oh, that would suck, then shouldn't we just not, like you said, shouldn't we just take the stigma off of it and just understand that we've all been in that situation at some point in our lives and it's horrific?
Some of us have had to run into the woods multiple times.
Yeah, I think we know who that was.
That was me.
That was you a couple of times, too. Not just once. That's the problem. Get it together.
I think I got, off the top of my head, four times. Once I was hunting, so that doesn't count. I was already in the woods. And then there was four other times where I had to run.
The fact that you have a handful, that's too many.
That's a horrible
feeling. I do
feeling.
remember my brother telling me one time, my older brother telling me one time, when he lived here, he was going to a Bucks game and they were tailgating and eating all the tailgating food or whatever. And he was walking from HCC across the street from that parking lot to Ray J. And as he was crossing the street, he was like, this ain't good. And so he went to the right and there's that field where everybody parks or whatever. And he said, this is so gross. He said he saw a cinder block. Oh, this is so gross. And he
sat
literally.
on the cinder block?
Yes.
Because it's got the 3 spaces?
Yes, exactly. Oh, no.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Take some aim.
And then someone's got to walk past that cinder block. Who's going to move that cinder block? And no.
Right.
No.
It's you know what's the worst about when your stomach is in that condition is that especially like, okay, I can make it home, or I can make it to work, or I can make it where I have to make it, right?
Yeah.
And then you doubled over, you're like, and then it'll pass for a moment, right?
Yeah.
And the discomfort is gone. You're like, okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. And you start driving, and you get maybe 35, 40 seconds, and you're like, all right, I got this. It passed. Oh God,
Not happening.
And then like you, if you're like me, I got my left hand on the steering wheel. My right arm is going across my stomach. I'm rocking back and forth, trying to just get it to passing.
It is the fear.
And then you start making decisions. Do I think I can make it? I'm not sure if I can make it. I think if I hit this red light, there's no way I can make it. And then
I don't want to be in my car with it. I don't think I've ever, knock on wood, been in my car. I'm usually in weird, uncomfortable, where I don't want to blow up the bathroom situations, and I have to just gauge whether, and then and I think it's mind over matter. I don't know. 9 out of 10 times, I just listen, booty, don't let it happen.
Yeah.
Don't let it be, please, until I let you. Sphincter. I don't know.
Just the pain.
Yeah.
And then you start to sweat.
Oh, the sweating.
The sweat beads down the ass crack.
It's just an embarrassment. It really is. I will say this, and I'm not talking out of school here because Carmen has discussed this with Mike Helta before, but I am unbelievably impressed, beyond impressed with Carmen's ability to literally do that and get out. Like it take
Roger loose.
Really?
Roger loose.
Like, and I don't know how. I don't know if I don't know what the technique is. But she'll, once in a random while, doesn't happen at all a lot, but she'll text me, I need you, and because I'm down the hall in traffic. So I'll just walk down the hall and I'll be here, to make sure the station stays on air while she's gone. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'll post up here, listen to Mike Helta show. She's back, and I want to say 30 seconds, maybe it's a minute, but she is done. And she was like, oh, I had to go so bad. I'm like,
maybe she was touching cotton.
Maybe. I don't know.
Shotgun blast out.
Yeah.
All right, back to work.
Good for her.
I remember
the turtle heads.
When I was early on dating Nicole, we were driving back to like her side of town, and I had to poop, but I didn't want to say anything to her.
Of course.
But
still trying to hide
and it was
yeah.
bad, and it was to the point where she wanted to smoke, and she passed it to me, and I go, I can't do that. And she's like, what do you mean you can't do it? I go, it's not worth the risk. Because it's just one bad cough, or like, and then it's like, oh. Yeah.
Oh, no. Did she know then? Did you kind of tell her without telling her?
I told her immediately. I was like, I got to be honest. I got to use the bathroom. That's playing a dangerous game. She laughed. She thought it was hilarious.
And that was how early into the dating?
This was like probably 2 months in.
Oh, that's a respectable time.
Yeah.
It wasn't right away.
Right.
You got to.
Were there any sleepovers yet?
Oh, yeah. We were going to a sleepover, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She's like, oh, no kids this week. I'm like, let's head over then.
Let me crap real first.
Yeah.
That didn't feel romantic or sexy at all.
So did you pull over and go somewhere, or did you go to the place where you guys were having a sleepover and then bomb that bathroom?
Yeah, I bombed her toilet, yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, I took a shower after.
You gotta pull over.
Yeah. No,
wait a second, Monica.
Pull over.
Do we need to talk about your first date with your husband? The first thing he did was bomb your bathroom. And then you banged him on the floor.
Yes, I did. Listen, there was like 2, 3, 4 hours in between. I had to make up my mind after he didn't pay for any drinks whatsoever at all.
This guy came in, blew up your bathroom, took you on a date.
He did spray. That's how I knew he was using the spray in there. I'm just saying.
Took you on a date, didn't pay for anything.
No.
Brought you home, and then you banged him on the floor.
Yep. That's my life. That's the self-esteem of
on the first
zero.
night.
Yep. After I didn't invite him in, for the record, I was like, okay, good night, and we were leaving, and whatever, we kissed in the car, good night, and then I got out of the car, was like living in a they call it garden view base apartment where you go downstairs. You know? And so I got out of the car, went downstairs, was fumbling with my keys, and all of a sudden I like felt I turned around and he was standing right behind me. Like I didn't ask you to come in, but okay, let's bang. I don't know.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Well, good job, Shaq.
Sorry, Shaq. Sorry about your luck, Shaq.
Shaq made it back in time.
He did say, yeah. He came back, and of course they're busting his balls on the air about it, saying, oh, blah blah blah. And he said he said that while he was contemplating what he should do, like whoever was going on and on and on, and he goes, I'm sitting in here thinking, shut the hell up and hurry up. Like he wanted whoever was talking to get to commercial.
We got to get the break.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Tampa.
When the power's out, be the house that stays on. John Senning here for Hawkins Service Co. Right now, Hawkins Service Company is taking $500 off a whole home Generac generator with install. That's serious savings on serious backup power installed by Tampa's Generator Pros. This offer ends July 31st and cannot be combined with other offers. Prepare now for hurricane season and book today at HawkinsServiceCo.com. Or give them a call, 813-445-8209. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
So many people want to buy a home, to plant roots, to stop renting, to build wealth. But life throws obstacle after obstacle. I get it. Interest rates went up. Prices fell out of reach. And for many families, even those who've outgrown their current home, they're stuck just watching the market climb. But here's the truth. The market has shifted. We're now in a buyer's market, and that changes everything. Sellers are more willing to cover your closing costs, make repairs, even negotiate price. That means you hold the cards right now. So, how long will you wait? When's the right time? It's now, and I'm here to help you win. I'm Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger on 102.5 The Bone. We're a direct lender, so no middleman, so you always get the best rate and terms. Call me now at 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. Or apply online at WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Cat named Mo from Jugarabo Live, primetime, baby. For all American gunslingers on US 19 in Newport Richie, it's Newport Richie's #1 gun range. Now, this won't last long. Before a limited time, you can sign up for free concealed carry courses at All American Gunslingers. Limited time only. This $85 class is free. All you have to do is pay the $20 range fee. This is the class you'll need to get your concealed carry permit, and you should have it. Sign up today at AAGunslingers.com. All American Gunslingers, your rights, your safety, your freedom, and free concealed carry courses, America.
Oh, hi there. This is Attorney Patrick Smith inviting you to tune into The Bone this Saturday and every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, where you can get all of your legal questions answered. So tune in this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on The Bone for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Hi, I'm Attorney Fran Hosh. Being involved in a car or motorcycle accident can be stressful. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their families. If you've been injured in a motorcycle or car accident, I can help. Give me a call at 866-LAW-FRAN or visit me online at lawfran.com. Main office, Palm Harbor.
Save up to 20% off roof replacements and monthly payments as low as $170 based on a $15,000 roof value. Go to universalroof.com for Universal Roof and Contracting and a free roof inspection.
At Brandon Honda, we have the hottest hybrids in stock and on sale. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now, get the brand new Accord hybrid for just $199 per month. Get the award-winning CR-V hybrid for just $249 per month. Or get the all-new, just released 2025 Civic Hybrid Sport for just $199 per month. With gas mileage as high as 50 miles per gallon, these award-winning hybrids won't last long. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-448-7710 for more information.
Hot in your house? Superheat Air and Plumbing, powered by the experts at ABC, has your back. Get a $29 AC system check, working or not. If it needs a fix, that $29 rolls into the repair. Fast, pro service, same day. Go to superheatandair.com.
Summer is here, so if you are thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and you can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings weeks, open houses, and those costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's JP, and Monica, and Dizzy, 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. This is the shoddy journalism I wanted to get to you, Monica.
Okay.
And the journalist was my wife. Yesterday, she goes for a drive. She went for a walk with her sister, and then she had to meet her somewhere, so she had the car, she had the dog, right? She went to get gas, and she hears a woman screaming, "Help, help!" The woman was driving.
Okay.
She looks up, and there's a guy. She's driving, and there's a guy hanging outside the car. His head, like his arms, are in the car, in the back window.
Yeah.
Right? But this woman is driving, screaming, "Help, help."
Yeah.
So my wife gets in the car and decides she's going to be some sort of well, I don't know what she was trying to do.
Well, 911 first.
She gets in the car. She follows the car. She's on the phone with 911.
Awesome.
Right. And she's following the car, and the cops are asking my wife where she is. My wife is telling them, and the cops are saying she's somewhere else. She's like, "I'm not on Sunrise Highway." She's like, "This is where I am." And then they finally figured it out, right? She's driving behind this car, and the guy is just literally hanging out holding on for dear life because she's just dragging this guy along.
Oh, no.
He's like keeping his legs up in the air and that kind of thing, like trying not. Eventually, as they're driving, Nicole's still following because she's waiting for the cops.
Mm-hmm.
The guy falls. The woman slams on the brakes. The dude falls and just hits the floor, and he's like just laying there. So my wife just kind of stops back, and the woman goes up and then stops. The driver goes up and then stops.
Oh, she went. Okay.
Right? So then the guy all of a sudden pops back up and starts running after the car.
Oh, God. Go, leave.
The car starts going again.
Yeah. Why did you stop?
Then it stops, and the guy's still running, and the cops still aren't there.
How long does it take? Come on.
So then it was another time where she took off again, and then the guy caught up, and then he ended up getting in the car.
Again after
And the woman is driving, and my wife is like, "Please don't let that." And then the car stops.
This is like a movie. You had your chance,
Right.
lady. Get away.
Okay. And then the car stops. And then the cops get there, pull him over. So my wife was like, "Please don't let there be a baby in the car." There was a baby in the backseat of the car.
Oh.
Right? So now the guy's in the car. There's a baby in the backseat.
God.
The car's on the side of the road. Cops show up.
Finally.
So my wife turns around and she takes off. She comes to the house. She comes home.
Yeah, good. She's safe too.
She's like, "Everybody come in the kitchen."
Oh, no.
It was me, Isabella, and Joseph, and, Nicole. She's like, "I got to tell you guys a story." And she tells that whole story.
That's crazy. I'm glad
And
she's
we're
okay.
all looking at her like, "Well, what happened?" She's like, "Well, I don't know."
I don't
know.
know.
Well, who was the guy? She's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Shoddy journalism."
That's not shoddy journalism.
You can't come
no
in.
end.
You can. Thank you.
You got to
There
go,
is
but
no
you got to
end.
stay safe and get out of
There
there.
was no end.
Yeah, the end
right.
is she's
but
safe.
you
That's
came
the
in.
end.
She came in the house.
Now that is weird too.
She came in the house. I got to tell you guys a story. And like her energy level is up. Like she can't wait to deliver this story.
Yeah.
And then both my son's oblivious. My daughter and I are like asking questions. We're like, "Well, who was the guy? What ended up happening? Did the cops arrest anybody?" She's like, "I don't know. I took off." I'm like, "You just made this whole story up and you gave us no ending."
But the ending is
We
she's
have no
safe and
ending.
she's
No,
home.
it was
and
a
that's what
tease.
happened. No, I have to side with her on this one because it's about she did all she could do to help. The cops were there. It's out of her hands now. She's got to get out of there. And I don't know why she called you in for a family meeting, but maybe her just adrenaline was going and it was very scary, and so she's home and she's safe.
I think
That is
Dizzy
funny.
I
That's a
think
little
Dizzy
fan- that's
nailed
weird.
it. It was a 4-minute tease.
Yeah.
No.
It was a tease.
It was a 4-minute tease.
All that we didn't get the answers we wanted at the end.
What is the
I have
what
no
answers
guy.
do you
Was
want?
that the father?
Yeah.
Why was she dragging him?
Yeah.
Did he do something? Was she high and he was trying to get the baby out of the car?
You need
like
none of
I
this.
have a million, much like you, Monica. Most times, I have a million questions, all left unanswered.
You know
I
what?
felt grossly unfulfilled after that story.
Yeah, you can't, like you said, Monica, she brought everyone in. You can't make it everyone come here. And then you tell a story that has no ending.
That is a little weird. But again, she must have been like, oh my, I'm not saying she was in any harm directly, but it had to have been scary and her adrenaline had to have been pumping. So when she comes home, she got to get it off her chest. And then your guys' proper response is it's not supposed to be you're a tease. How did it end? It's supposed to be thank God you're safe. Thank you for helping out. You did a good thing there. That's the proper response.
You want to know what the reality of that was?
What?
We all got up and walked out of the
I feel so bad.
She's
for
like,
your
you
wife.
guys suck. I'm
You
like, no,
do
your
suck.
story sucked.
Oh my
I'm going to go watch a TV show, with an ending.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
You guys are so wrong on so many levels. Also, for the record, for anybody listening and for y'all, if you, God forbid, get into any kind of trouble like that, that's not what you do in the year 2025. You don't scream help because it seems people's attitudes are, and God bless your wife for not having that attitude. When someone hears help, they want to mind their own business or they don't want to put themselves in danger, so they don't want to help. So instead, and you obviously can't yell fire or anything like that. So instead, you're supposed to scream really loud, stop, please stop it. I don't even know you. If you're, that's like what you're supposed to say, and people will be like, "Oh, what's going on over there?" and be more.
Did you take a self-defense class?
I learned it from someone in that kind of position. Yeah, an affair with the husband. So when the wife comes home and busts her, an affair with the husband. So when the wife comes home and busts her, she takes the kid for collateral. Like the wife's not going to hit me if I have her baby. They get in the car. She squeals away. The husband's like, "Don't leave me with this bitch." And so he gets in the car and they get in a huge fight about it. Like, what's going to happen? And blah, blah, my life's ruined and blah, blah, blah. And so she's like, get the hell out of the car. She kicks him out of the car. And then that's when your wife came in and saw all of that.
If it was the babysitter, then now she's got kidnapping charges on top of everything because the baby was in the back of the car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She had
We'll
the baby.
never know because Nicole doesn't know how to tell a story, apparently.
I told you the story.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen.
You guys suck. You guys are horrible people.
Well, if you invest yourself that much, you got to stay till the end. You got to give us a
Maybe
ending.
you focus on the fact that she's safe and that she just went through something that might have been scary for her.
I would have been like, you good? You all right? Okay. Who's he?
I'll give her credit for the delivery.
Yeah.
Like she had us with her delivery. You know what I'm saying? Because there was an energy behind it. There was she was selling it, right?
Yeah, she was teasing you guys. She was getting you all worked up and then no climax, no finish.
It's like a dry handy, no ending.
Dry handy.
As opposed to a wet handy?
Lube. Lubed up. Duh.
Yeah.
It really has been a while, huh?
Yeah, for real. I was like, wait, are we?
We're going to do handy.
You think we're in the minority here?
I'm saying, let's just go straight to mouthy. Why are we handy?
I understand.
Yeah, but that's why it's not enjoyable, we're saying.
Apparently, according to the internet and stuff I see on Instagram, the handy's making a little bit of a comeback. I don't know why.
That's awesome.
I don't know why.
I like it.
You didn't like a good one?
Nobody's going to do it better than me.
But it's still better than nothing, right?
It's a good point, but...
Yeah, but, like
so
you
you'd
said,
rather
if
do
we're
it
doing
yourself.
a handy, why don't we just go to the mouthy?
Yeah, let's do mouthy. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you could, would you give yourself a mouthy? I think you said you would, didn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you did,
Yep.
because I was like, wait, why?
Yep.
You said, what's the difference? And
It's right. It's me. It's still me. It's not like I'm going out and doing these other dudes. It's just me. It's just me.
You do your own stuff anyway with your hand. Why would you not just do it with your mouth? Like, what's...
Big difference.
Exactly.
Big difference. Again.
It's really not that big
It's
a
a
difference.
big difference in just with your
If
hand
you
and then
woke up-
gawking yourself.
If you woke up one day, right, and all of a sudden you would just, for whatever, you were stretching, and you realized that you were able to do it, you would I'm not saying you would do it right away, but I'm saying at some point there would be some inner turmoil.
I don't
that you would have to sort. You would have to sort through, and then at some point you do it. Especially if your chick was with you.
What?
Yeah.
So wait,
and she asked you to. You do it.
No, wait, this is getting out of hand.
You would.
We have a dead guy. Do we have a dead guy?
I have a dead guy, but I'm not unleashing him until we get to the, we know what the real truth is.
Nobody says you have to stay home every day and that's what you do at all times. But just out of nothing else, out of curiosity, one time, and you just start it, and you don't even have to finish it to completion. I feel like if you have that ability, especially as a teenage boy, your curiosity would get to you enough.
No, there's no way I'm going to be looking at my thing and be like, ooh.
No, but since you're attracted to it,
Let me just give it a taste. There's no way.
You gave it a tug.
Yes, it's not about attraction.
Yeah, but that's not my mouth on it.
You gave it a tug. All I'm saying, if it would have happened when I was a teenage boy, I would have had to take a week off.
Well, that's exactly. Nobody's saying you're obsessed with it. I'm saying it's something that it's a curiosity. There's no attraction. There's no sexual anything. It's just like.
Well, it is. It's sexual.
Well, that's sexual.
I'm saying you don't. It doesn't have to go to completion. It just has to be a. I can do that. Oh, let me just like. Oh, I don't like that. I don't.
Exactly.
I tried it. I don't like it. But at
Got
least
news for you. If you're interested in doing that yourself, probably interested in doing it to other people.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's all I'm saying.
That's small thinking.
Curiosity is in you. We have established that.
So let me ask you a question. You can give yourself a tug. Are you interested in doing that to other people?
No.
The answer is no, right?
No.
Same thing.
So what is the difference?
It's a big difference because I'm not choking on something in that.
There's not a big. Yeah. Okay. Go. Good for you.
You're not choking?
Nobody likes to show off.
You can think you can just take it, stuff it in the back of your mouth like a tobacco chew.
Be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. The Bay has elite wings, but whose are the best?
Tell me likey. Tell me want wingy.
102.5 The Bone and Stella Artois are on the hunt for the Bay's best wings. Visit one of the participating restaurants and enjoy a Stella Artois with some wings. Then scan the QR code and vote. The restaurant with the most votes will be crowned the best wings in the Bay and be featured on the Mike Calta Show. Plus, you can win cool Stella gear just for voting. For details and locations, visit theboneonline.com. Thanks to Whiskey Wings, St. Pete, Quaker Steak, Timeout Sports Bar, Angry Pepper Tap House, and Furs.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
When those summer storms start rolling in and you're looking for things to do with the kids, take them to Pin Chasers. There are 4 area locations for you. 1 in Brandon, 1 out in Pasco, 1 on Hillsborough off the Veterans, and 1 on Armenia. Go to pinchasers.net to check out their nightly specials or to reserve a lane, rain or shine. Pin Chasers, always open for your enjoyment.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
Hi, I'm Patrick Thomas.
And I'm Heather Thomas from Bolt Electric, where we believe that the right way is the only way to do home electrical.
We believe the National Electrical Code is really the minimum standard, not the maximum standard.
We believe you deserve better electrical parts and better service.
We believe in ongoing training for our electricians.
Because there's no end to learning and improving.
Because at Bolt, we believe your safety is our core priority. Electrical problem? Call Bolt.
Online at boltelectric.com.
Stribog
Strybog Day is Saturday, July 12th at Shark Coast Tactical. The crew from Strybog Firearms will be at the shop with reps on hand to walk you through the best the industry has to offer. Strybog gets rated consistently as one of the best values and incredibly reliable firearms on the market time and time again. And while you're there, you can check out all the Grand Power Strybog lines at the shop. Mark your calendar and get the Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, July 12th. There'll be tons of prizes, killer giveaways, and special offers with Strybog reps on site. Shark Coast Tactical is often imitated, never duplicated. Shark Coast is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell them Mike Calta say ya.
What's the Anna Jar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anna Jar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, Tampa.
Renewal by Anderson's got a huge summer sale going on. Buy 4 windows or doors and get the 5th for free. Go to bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. bestwindowsflorida.com.
O'Reilly.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com. This is where you earn your money. The Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Congratulations, winner. You'd won $1,000.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This is Irene from Valrico, and I just won $1,000.
The Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Keep listening to The Bone for your chance to win cold, hard cash. 102.5 The Bone. And now, back to JP.
JP 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Monica, Gareth, everybody good? Everybody have a good day yesterday?
Yeah.
Good day today? I just saw, I literally, right before we were coming on the air, I saw a story that there was a station in Australia that just got popped.
Yeah, I saw that.
Using an AI voice for 6 months. For 6 months, nobody knew about it. And then all of a sudden, I guess they started putting her on different stations a little bit, like voice tracking kind of thing. And they note, and listeners noticed that she said certain phrases exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then there's, how come there's no bio for this person? How come there's no this? And this is radio ownership in a nutshell. The balls. Listen to what they said. They said, quote, the network, well, the article says, the network has since put out a statement admitting to testing AI, but also reassuring everyone that it didn't plan on replacing human hosts anytime soon. You didn't admit to anything until you got caught. You were doing it for 6 months. You were saving a salary for 6 months. You know what you were doing. We all know what you were doing.
Let's not act like that. A salary was huge in the first place. They ain't paying a lot of people a lot of money. But here's
I don't know how much jocks get paid over there. I have zero idea.
That's true.
But
It's Australia.
no dollars for a midday show is less money than $50,000 for a midday, or whatever the cost of that midday show would be, you know?
Yeah, I also saw
they're coming for us, man.
Well, hold on, because I did see in one of the trades they did a whole survey, blah blah blah, of the fact that there was, I think, 34% or something of people were neutral in this subject, but 28 or some odd percent, very close, were interested in live local jocks, wanting to know the behind, like personalities of local personalities type of thing.
Right.
Interested in that. Now in 2025, I'm kind of impressed by that. I expect kids to be like, no, Spotify. You know what I mean? So the fact that there was like very close to the neutral, it wasn't anti, it was neutral. That's kind of cool. So think of that part of it.
These pricks.
Why are they pricks? Who?
No, not the kids. I'm talking about the owners.
Oh, well, that's not...
The owners here. They got away with it for 6 months.
I feel like you calling...
This is like an episode of Scooby-Doo. They would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids. You know?
Pull off the mask. I feel like you calling management and ownership pricks is worse than me slacking one day a week.
No, but they know I'm right. They know. They know what they're doing. They know I know what they know that I know what they're up to.
You know, they know, they know, you know. You know, they know, you know. But
I just want them to know I know.
Don't say it out loud. They know,
I just want them to know I know. Fire me. I get a year off. I'll be okay with it. It was like, who was he? Where was he going to? Was it a basketball coach? It was somebody. I had it in my email the other day. They got fired, and they were getting $40 million.
Oh my God, I'd love that.
Right? Oh, it was one of the NBA coaches. Was it the coach of Denver? He got fired right before the playoffs, and they fired him, and they still have 4 years left on his contract. I don't know if it was Denver. It was somebody, and he's getting paid $40 million to stay home. The dream right there.
That's the guilt. Doesn't it feel weird? Would you rather be working, though? Like, what are you doing now with your... Okay.
No.
Yeah, hell no.
What are you doing with your time now? Like,
that's winning the lottery, essentially.
That's exactly what it is winning the lottery. I tell you what I'm not doing, anything I don't want to. With $10 million a year coming in for 4 years, I'm not really doing anything
that's a
I don't
lot
want
of like
to.
that's excess. We can admit that's excessive. Like we can admit that you don't.
Well, that was his cat. He was getting 10.
No.
He signed a $50 million deal. He was getting $10 million a year for 5 years. He's got 4 years left on his contract. That's what he's got. That's what the reality of that situation is.
I understand, but he can also be okay with less money and maybe have a job.
Why do you hate people having money? Why do you hate it so much?
I don't hate it. It's a lot of, like you just said, and you the way you put it, I think is what hit me. $10 million a year for the next 4 years. That's $10 million. I can't spend that in 1 year. Now that I have excess moving into the next year.
You can figure it out a way too.
Monica, even if it was $5 million a year for the next 4 years, I'm still not doing much of what I don't want to do. Even if it was $2 million a year coming in.
But can you admit?
Even if it was $1 million a year coming in,
I think
then
all
I might
three
go
of
get a
us-
job. Then I might go get a job to pad retirement. But other than that, and I wouldn't get a job doing anything I don't want to do. And that's what you call failing up. Opie and Anthony, they were the kings of this. Those guys used to get themselves fired, end up sitting out and getting paid millions of dollars to stay home and play video games. I've had so many conversations with Anthony about this. I used to get so jealous. So jealous
of someone getting fired.
They would get fired but back then the contracts were all guaranteed. They were like baseball contracts. They had a guaranteed deal. They was locked. No matter what, they got paid, and they did millions of dollars to sit home.
Do you remember Gareth Bale, the footballer? He played for Tottenham. And
he played for. He's on the Welsh team, isn't he? He played for Wales.
But he went to Madrid, and they benched him because he went back and forth with head office, like the management. They're like, well, we're going to bench you. And he was asked in an interview if he was mad. He goes, no, I'm getting $450,000 a week to play golf and hang out. I'm doing fine. I'm okay with this decision.
He's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Right. Especially at that point, he wants out of there, so he'll say whatever he can.
Just going to chill and do what you want and get paid.
Meanwhile, he was lying. He wants to be a baller. He wanted to be on the field. He wanted to be playing.
Well, he was playing
for
Wales. He didn't care because he's like, I'm getting the international stuff. I'm still playing. I'm still training. But now, I'm just focused on Wales and golf.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because he had it, there was a quote. He was like, Wales, golf, and something else in that order. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
You guys, but
Go ahead.
I think all three of us, I think, could admit we like our jobs. You're saying, oh, I wouldn't do anything I wouldn't want to do, or I would, getting paid to play golf and blah, blah. We're getting paid to literally sit on our butts and have a fun, cool job. Like, I like this job.
I love it, but if they were like, do you want to do this job?
Stop telling them things.
But they know. How is it a secret? Who wouldn't like this job? Like, I mean, there are a lot of people who are shy and who wouldn't. But I'm just saying, like, this is a fun, good job. Like every night, I'm grateful at the end of the day that I have this job. Like I don't hate my job.
We didn't say we hate it though.
Exactly.
I would
You'd rather not do it?
I would take a payout if they were like, if you won $1 million a year or you get to do your job, and let's say I was full time, I'd be like, give me that $1 million a year. I'll figure out how to talk, do a podcast, get it out there, or like do what Ian does and just come in and hang out sometimes when you just want to talk.
But see, and that's what I think of when I think of I'd still work. Like if I won the lottery tomorrow and it was $10 million for the rest of my life, I don't need this job anymore. I'm doing it because I want to do it. It's fun to me. It's not. There's the pressure of all ratings and must do this and please don't fire me and all of that's completely gone. It's completely gone.
It's funny. I always said if I hit the numbers, I would still do this. Believe it or not, I would still do this. I wouldn't do mornings.
Well, then you don't have to get up. Yeah,
my eyes would never see 4:30 a.m. again.
People are going to have
not unless I was on a bender. Yeah. My eyes would never see it.
You wouldn't be on a bender.
That's what I'm saying. My eyes would never see 4:30 a.m. ever.
What about?
And I'm not even talking about catching a flight because if I had that kind of money, I'd be flying private and they leave when I want to leave.
Yeah,
you have everything figured out, don't you?
Yeah. I have a chef. I'm gonna cook my meals for me. I'm gonna have a trainer. I have a full thing in my house. I don't even have to leave to go to the gym. I'll be happy as hell.
So you honestly think
I would be a happy, wealthy person.
I'd be think
awesome at it.
That everything would be perfect if you had again.
Never perfect.
I'm saying so there would be something missing. There would be a hole. You wouldn't be 100% happy if you had the means to travel in a PJ. You had the time off all the time. You didn't have to get before in the morning. Like you got to do something with your life. Like you have to have a purpose, right? Like
right. That's why I would still do this.
Yeah. Okay.
I would do this.
Yeah.
I would do this. I have a good time coming in for these 2 hours. And it gets me out. It gives me a purpose to leave the house. Because without it, I probably wouldn't leave the house. I would not do mornings anymore. And that's not a slight about wanting to work with Roger. That's not what that is at all.
Of course not. They would say the same thing.
I just don't want to ever get up that early again. Ever.
Yeah. I don't mind mornings, but why is it got to be 4:30?
I know.
I'll get up at 6 or 7, but I don't got to get up. It's just so early.
I know. And every time, it's funny, you talk about, I have a new respect for the whole gratitude, searching for gratitude kind of thing. Because this morning I was at a red light at the end of my block, and there was another car. I'm like, but where's that guy going? I'm going to make dick jokes. Where's that dude going?
Thank you. This is the perspective, not to. I guess
meanwhile he's probably on his way to New York City. He's works for finance and he's getting multi-million-dollar bonuses. And
yeah, but the stress he has on his job, of having to.
Listen, I have stress.
I know,
there's stress with the other one. You don't deliver, you're done.
And that's
you don't deliver,
true.
you're done. And the thing is it's like anytime, especially in this business. Listen, blowing up the Roger and JP show made no sense. Made no sense to anybody in pro. No, they knew it. It was the truth. It made no sense. But we're owned by corporate America.
They can hear you. They can hear you.
But it's. I'm just being honest. I'm not knocking them. It's their business. So doing that for yourself, my point is, at any time, all this stuff can be taken.
Yes.
Right. So right now, I try to show some gratitude for everything that we do have going on and the success of things that we have going on. But you give me the opportunity to not work for somebody and not answer to somebody's whim. Somebody just looked at a piece of paper and said, you know what? You could probably do that show in the middle of the day on the Bone for less money. We don't. Yeah, we know they're great and we know you're selling them, but you could probably do it for less. And by the stroke of a pen, they blew up a very successful show.
I think that's what's the most frustrating for me.
And it's out of our control.
Yeah,
I can't control it.
It's someone that doesn't know it. Like I understand black and white paper or whatever. I still think that's wrong. But not sitting at a desk in a different state, looking at bottom lines. Right. If you were to be here, even for a day, let alone a week or a month, and listen to the show and understand how it works and see what people get out of it, that changes things. Instead of, to be able to have.
Well, here's the funny part: the company that owns us, right? They're in New York City. It's called Apollo Global Management. One of the owners has a place in the Hamptons. He listens to our morning show all the time because the one time they were in the building when we met him. He made it his business to come and to tell Roger and I that he listens all the time, and he started spitting back stuff, so I know he wasn't lying. And he still fired us.
How do you sleep at night?
He liked us, and he fired us.
I don't know how people sleep. I understand jobs. That's their job. It's just, this is why when I say I don't want any responsibility, and I say that a lot, this is it. Like, I don't need to be that person up there. You know, I don't care how much more money. I'd still be responsible for people losing their jobs, and I just can't.
I wouldn't have a problem firing someone that sucks. I would
you
have
would
a
probably like it.
I would have a problem.
Douchebags. You'd be fighting douchebags.
I would have a problem firing somebody who's doing everything you asked of them, and they're being successful at it. But we have to fire them because they make too much money. But meanwhile, if you go on the sales side of the building and you make that same amount of money or more, you're walking on rose petals. You know, that I would have a hard time with. I would have a hard time firing somebody that's doing everything you're asking of them and performing, but yet there's budget cuts and that person, you know, for some because they make a little bit too much money, they have to go. I would have a hard time.
And by the way, that little bit too much more money isn't a whole heck of a lot of money in
the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Up in the Air with George Clooney?
No, but that's where he stays in the airport?
No, that's the Tom Hanks movie thing.
Oh, my bad.
Up in the Air is where George Clooney, his job is to fly to different companies and fire people.
Oh, my God.
And it's this whole thing about, like, he does it face to face, and there's this new girl who's coming in for the company, and she thinks they should do it video conference wise, and he's like, that's not going to work. You got to do this face to face, and it's a pretty interesting movie.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be bored, and I was like so into the movie because like just one thing about people who live to travel and what that life is like, and then two, having to go to some place and just being like laying off 20 people, you know what I mean? And bringing them in one by one and watching them cry and kind of it's pretty crazy to think.
Like, if karma is real, what do you have coming your way if you're just a professional firer?
Yeah.
Or
right? what kind of seasons in the abyss do you have headed your way?
But maybe that's why because you're karma before. This is your karma from something you did before. Now you have to go around and tell people that they're fired. That would suck. That's just a job I can't do. I'd probably start crying with them.
Firing people that suck, I have no problem with.
I feel like you would like cherry pick and be like, that guy's a douchebag. I can't stand his face.
It's not even about being a douchebag. I don't have to like you. I just need to know that you're an A player. You know, if you're an A player, I don't have to like you.
And you get to judge that? Who judges?
Their performance.
So, like, straight up ratings or how they are?
Kim Guthrie is always like that. It's like, listen, if you're an A performer, you're here. If you're a B- or a C performer, I got no problem giving you the axe. And it was the truth. And you knew who the ones that who are at work going through the motions, you know, and not really putting their all into it, or not giving it everything they got, or they don't really seem all that interested. You know that and a lot of times when you fire that person, you're doing them a favor. Because they don't want to be in that place anymore anyway. That's just the security of a paycheck. Now they actually have to go out and hustle and find out what it is they do want to do and go after something that'll maybe make them happier.
That's the worst. The hustling, trying to find the next gig. I've only had to do that.
But you did it. You've had 25 jobs since I know you.
Oh, I'm radio. Oh, yeah, no. No. That to me, it's easier. It's easier when I don't care. Like, whatever. I don't care about this job. I don't care if I get it. I hope I get it so I can have money. But if I don't, I'll apply to another one. And that was a completely different. And I always listen. You know me. My work ethic is stellar. I will, except for on Thursdays when I do nothing. But I will always get, even if I don't care about the job, like the data entry, mindless crap. I always performed to the best of my ability.
Because that's how you're wired.
But I also don't care at all. I'm not part of the office gossip. I don't need to be invited to the birthday celebration. I don't care. Leave me alone. I'm kind of like y'all.
I'm like, you just described me to a T.
I know. That's how I was at my other.
I'll give you everything I got. Just don't talk to me.
Yes, that was it. And wrong, but that was it.
No, I don't want to go to your happy hour. No, I don't want to be,
don't
doing
care.
any of that stuff. Oh, man.
I love my job, just for the record. I love it. I work my butt off. I do. Don't fire me.
No one's firing you. You're good. Everything is Everything is going swell.
New blog post daily. I'm just really selling myself.
What's going on here? Hold on
I don't know.
second. I'm having. There we go. Somebody pressed buttons on me, scumbags. It's JP 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. NASCAR lives right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm.
This week, it's the Challenge Round 3 at the Toyota Save Mart 350 in Sonoma. Race starts at 3:30 p.m. with coverage starting at 2:30, right here on The Bone.
Race days Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay. Right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm Jeep Ram, #1 in the country.
Neutral is sending you to see Cage the Elephant open for Oasis in LA. Scan the QR code at the Kangaroo Bar, Diesels, and Tropics. Visit theboneonline.com for more details. Neutral, keep it tasty.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Storm season is here. Don't wait until there are named storms in the Atlantic to find out that you've got a hole in your roof that is leaking water everywhere. Get a free roof inspection by going to universalroof.com for universal roof and contracting. You can save up to 20% off roof replacements and monthly payments as low as $170 based on a $15,000 roof value. Universalroof.com for universal roof and contracting.
My name is attorney Bill Sansoni. You might know me as Dead Air Sansoni from the Ask the Dom show. I represent people accused in crimes in Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Manatee, Polk, and Sarasota counties. I also represent clients in federal court across the country. If you have been arrested or accused of a crime, call me, Bill Dead Air Sansoni, at 813-361-0874 or online at sansoni-law.com. Offices, Tampa.
At Brandon Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new Pilot for just $399 per month. New Passports just $329 per month. Or get a new HRV for an incredible $149 per month. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Visit BrandonHonda.com to get your best price and payments right online. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-279-1222 for more information.
Hey, Josh, what's with all the fans? And what are you doing with our cooler? It's as hot as heck in here.
I know. The AC's out again. I'm converting our cooler into a makeshift portable AC unit.
You just ruined our new cooler. Why didn't you just call Climate Design Home Services?
I called the other guys. They can't get to us until 2 weeks from now. I'm sure they're all booked solid.
Josh, Climate Design Home Services can install AC systems typically the same day. They have licensed HVAC, electrical, and plumbing crews to take care of our entire home. And right now, we get our choice of a hot water tank up to 50 gallons or a whole home surge protector when we install an AC system. We can finance it too. Plus, they have over 1,500 5-star reviews and service the entire Suncoast region.
Okay, I'll call now. In the meantime, if you're looking for the ice, it's in the cooler.
Ugh.
Call Climate Design Home Services today and get cool air fast. Go online for offer details at climatedesign.com or call 727-295-1572.
Medical malpractice and nursing home abuse cases are difficult and the stories are heartbreaking. At Bernetti PA, we fight to make sure your story is heard loud and clear. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet, where we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. You have a choice because at Stingray there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot.
A cat named Mo from Dugarabo Live, prime time, baby, telling you to come out to All-American Gunslingers on US 19 in Newport Richey, Saturday, July 26th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. because All-American Gunslingers is partnering with Lightwing for the first ever indoor drone shoot. Get your chance to shoot an actual drone. This is a ticketed event. Tickets are available now, but get them while they last. Go to aagunslingers.com. All-American Gunslingers, your rights, your safety, your freedom, shooting down drones, America.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. and he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Did you miss the Mike Calta show today?
If a guy is that strong that he pushes me back 25 feet into a pond, I go, sorry, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like once you get wet, you're done.
Yeah.
Right?
The fight is
That could be
over.
the rule.
It's a good rule of thumb.
Listen to the Mike Calta show every weekday morning at 6 a.m. on The Bone.
Or anytime with the full show replay.
On the free 102.5 The Bone app. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Guys, if I could just have your attention.
Let's go! Turn it on now!
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go.
Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast.
Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Guys, if I could just have your attention.
Let's go! Turn it on now!
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go.
Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast.
Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
JP, 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. So, someone that works now, our building is pretty private. Not too many people who don't work here come to the building, because now with concert tickets, everything is done through Ticketmaster and digital tickets, and people don't even really need to pick up prizes. Would you guys say it's kind of the same for you guys for the most part? Yeah. All right. So it's basically anybody using the facilities on your floor, it's staff.
Even when someone comes there, they can't get into the bathrooms. They have to have a card. So
right, or somebody can walk them in, and somebody can walk them to the bathroom if they needed to use the bathroom. But there's not that many people, maybe a handful of clients. But most of the time, it's just in the building. At least here, it's just staff. Now, in the men's room, so now we'll cut out half the staff. In the stall, in the past, I have said that our bathroom, our men's room, because we do not have a lot of staff, in the men's room, there is a urinal, and then to the right, there is a stall. One stall. I went in the stall this morning and found that somebody put a giant booger on the wall. Yeah. Now, if you're a sick individual and you want to see said booger, it's in my stories on Instagram.
It's thick, boy.
Don't
that
do
thing
it.
got veins
I'm
on
just
it.
telling people now, don't do it.
You saw it? You saw it, Diz?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, dude, it's bananas. I want someone held responsible for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is disgusting. That, to me, is worse than somebody leaves a bomb in the bowl.
Yeah.
Because maybe for whatever reason, brain fart, for lack of a better phrase, and they forgot about it, and they walked out of the stall.
Yeah.
I saw a comedian one time who said something that I remember to this day, which is you could rob a bank with a booger. Like you could walk in and have
Pretty
a booger
much.
under your finger, and who's not going to do whatever you say if he threatened to put it on you?
Right. So the thing about the location of said booger here is that it is impossible to be in a seated position on that throne and put it where it ended up. So this is somebody who is standing in the bathroom, and which, by the way, damn near directly under it is the toilet paper dispenser, where you could have easily, if you used your finger, taken it, put it in toilet paper, and flushed it.
Mm-hmm.
But this animal decided to take it and wipe it on the wall.
For everyone
and like
to
I
see.
said,
For everyone to see.
Someone needs to be held responsible. Why would we want anybody working with us that would do that?
Is there any chance, and I'm not saying it's funny or right at all, but is there any chance it was like a prank to be, hey,
prank?
People, do you think someone did it and thought it would be funny and not disgusting?
They're like, get it, booger.
Yeah, I mean, then I don't know. Monica, I don't know, but all I know
I don't know
is,
people who work up there. If there's someone that would be like that, an idiot enough to think that would be funny instead of stupid.
Right. I have no idea who did it, but I would love to find out. Like, to the point where, and I know they would never let me, I want DNA testing done. I'll flip the bill for it because there's only a handful, there's only so many people that work here. I want answers. And anybody who decides they don't want to take the test, bye.
Yeah.
Hit the bricks.
Yeah.
Because you're a disgusting human being.
Tell your story on the way out.
What if
Tell your
there's
story
like
walking. Kick rocks, bitch.
There it is. What if go scratch your ass?
Go scratch your ass.
S in your hat.
Go S in your hat. Right. All that stuff. It all works.
That would never happen here, but I thought in New York, it's just New York, baby. You know what I mean? You guys are dirty.
No, it's not about that. It's just absolutely disgusting behavior. And nobody. So
it's like what you would expect if you go to a 7-Eleven bathroom. You're like, okay, it's gross, but I expect that here.
Right.
Not a place of work.
I'm in a gas station bathroom.
Yeah.
This I can expect. This is a place of business.
Yeah.
It's a place of business. It's not a high volume, high activity area where people from outside. And you know what else gets me nuts? Is that literally, if you were sneezing, right? If you walk past the bathroom 3 steps, you're outside.
Yeah, it's disgusting. At this point, you should just write like for a good time call. You know what I mean? Add a glory hole because it's disgusting.
Like I want to
trucker stop now.
Right. I want to put a sign up and who's responsible. I don't know.
You're never going to get to the bottom of it.
It's driving me insane.
But you can't let it because you will literally never, unless someone confided in someone and then that person tells you, nobody's going to come out and say, yeah, that was the burger guy. That was me.
I'm looking at everybody sideways.
But if they're looking at you, they don't know it's not you.
Well, I'll take that test now. Give me the swab. Now. Now, test the booger and test my spit, and I guarantee you, innocent.
Will a DNA thing work with a booger?
Of course.
Is your DNA in boogers?
Of course. Your DNA is in your saliva. Why wouldn't it be in your mucus?
I don't know. I'm not saying it's not. I just didn't know. I never thought of it.
You need to watch more NCIS and stuff like that. CIS and
Oh, that's
CSI.
right. You're kind of a lawyer. That is true. I forgot.
I am kind of a lawyer.
Yeah.
Robert, line 1. What's up, Robert?
Hey, love the show, guys. I got two things real quick, if you don't mind. Have you guys ever looked up Spike? If you win a lottery, obviously they take a picture of everything, the ticket, and you have to put your first, last name, or even an LLC. So I don't know if you guys have looked that up. I don't know his real name, so I couldn't tell you. And
How do you not know his real name? We've said it enough.
I don't know his real name.
I just know Spike on the mic. That's all I know. And then the second thing about the burger thing, have you ever like a bull and then you don't know where it's like something like Mary, that situation. You don't know where it went. That could have been the situation that happened.
Like
it's on there.
Oh, but the projectile of it though.
If you look at the video,
it had a line. It had a line on it. I got you.
If you look at the video, and it's on my story on Instagram. If you look, it's on like somebody smeared it on there.
Yeah.
And then, JP, did your sister make lasagna for Thanksgiving or Christmas? I was dying to know.
That's old school.
I know, but
she didn't stay long enough. She took off.
She didn't stay. Okay. I love you guys. Stay safe.
Thanks, man.
He needed closure on that.
Isn't it amazing what people hold on to?
Right? That's amazing. That's actually honestly impressive. But so hold on. So he's right. What if if I sneezed into some toilet paper and I didn't know that it came out the other side somehow, some way, and if I was sneezing and blowing my nose or whatever, it would be forceful. That would stick to the wall. And then I would go about my business. So I'm not saying that's what happened. Someone might be a sicko, but now there's a shadow. If I'm on the jury, there's a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Can you just one time, you saw the picture, you saw the video, you know it's pressed on there. Can you stop trying to find and give somebody the benefit of the doubt?
And then where are they sneezing from? Because the angle, you couldn't do it from the toilet. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not doing it from the toilet.
Maybe they're turned around.
They'd have to do it as soon as they walked in and then face the wall on the right.
No, but okay, so, and I'm again, I don't know, and you could be 100% right, but have you ever, and I've done this even at work, where I went to the bathroom, I turn around and flush or whatever, and then I grab some toilet paper and I'm facing the other way. I am, and I blow my nose. I've done that. Who hasn't done that? Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, and all those times you've blown your nose, did you miss? Did you miss the tissue?
No.
Okay.
But what if I don't? Maybe I don't think I did, and I blew a crap ton of snot in there, and then a little bit came out.
Monica, do me a favor. Go back and look at the video one more time, and tell me if that looks like something that landed there, or if it was something that was pressed there.
Okay, and maybe I didn't make this completely clear, but landing there, but I mean pressed there, because if you're blowing your nose, there's pressure, there's force behind it, where it would be forced onto there. It wouldn't just be pressed, laid there. It'd be pressed there.
I want this person killed.
Hearing Monica argue is so funny.
It's a bit dramatic.
It would be like if she was on a in a court and she did all this and she had a great case and you're like, that's great. You'd go, next question. Do you name your toaster?
Yes.
Credibility's gone. Yeah. Credibility's gone. They're not listening to anything after that.
But I mean, it doesn't matter if I name my toaster if what I'm saying is true. And like I said, for the record, I never once contradicted anything until that caller said that about that. It didn't dawn on me. And now if we were in a court of law, there is reasonable doubt. We have to not guilty. We have to
let OJ off. Let OJ off.
Have
let
to.
OJ off.
There's a reasonable doubt.
No, there was a story about a couple that both, anyway, I am on a mission to find out. Like, I sent the video to my boss, and she's like, I'm going to vomit. I'm like, someone needs to get fired, and you need to do this. I sent it to Karen, the cool chick. We've had Karen in before. She's like the office enforcer. She's like, she's
a goon. If you guys were
JoJo met, if you took JoJo and I feel Aurelia.
Oh, don't mess with Aurelia.
Like if you took those two,
that's a good,
and then made them angry.
Not doing it. Not
like
doing
angrier.
it. Not doing
That's Karen, right?
No.
So Karen, she saw that. She's like, she's like, I hate everybody that works here.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
well, you only have to hate the dudes, because I doubt it was a woman who decided to go into the men's bathroom stall and rub a booger on the wall.
Is it hard for her to get upset at things?
Who?
Karen. Because
No.
people are like,
No, it's not that hard. No, it's not that
like
hard.
the name didn't ruin it for her. Like getting mad. At stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? She's been cool chick for so many years. I don't even include her in the Karens.
Okay. Because I feel like something like that gets ruined.
Yeah, no. There was an article.
Like if your name was Adolf, someone ruined it for you. You know what I mean?
Your parents did. Don't name your son Rudolph anytime after 1940s.
Where is this? There was an article about, and I didn't know this was possible, where a husband and wife, speaking of juries, were on the same jury. They got called in. They both had to go to jury duty. And somehow it said there are about 136,000 people living in Humboldt County, which I believe is in California, according to the 2020 census. And about 106,000 of those are adults. Long story short, these two people, husband and wife, went to jury duty, and they ended up being on the same jury.
I mean, that's not illegal, right?
They both got picked.
Yeah.
Well, I always think, like, you're not supposed to talk to, and Brett just got off of jury duty, and I remember him specifically saying, like, he couldn't talk to anybody about the case.
That's true.
Including other jurors.
That's
true. So now you mean to tell me that this husband and wife, they left jury duty and didn't talk about it at all until they got back to the courthouse the next day?
No
way.
Oh,
It's
they were
impossible.
pillow talking the whole time.
But even if they did, a husband can't and wife can't testify against each other, so they can't be in court. If they get, like, who's going to prove it? Like, you can't.
Right.
You can't prove it, yeah.
You can't, right, but my point would be, why would they even
allow it?
Why would they allow it?
Yeah. It makes no
they
sense.
saw something. It wasn't they didn't slide into as a secret and lie about it. So both lawyers who were in charge of,
Yeah. No, I know. I just thought, Monica, you're right. I just thought it was the strangest thing. The lawyers both had to say, okay, we pick them. I've never been on a jury.
That's weird. Well, I wouldn't.
Right. So, and you have. So you said that. You said they both lawyers.
Oh, they both asked questions.
Ask questions. They both have to agree. I just couldn't believe that they were.
I don't know if they have to agree or not. I don't know what the rules are there, but I know that they both are looking for they're both looking for who they want their client to be represented by. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
so.
I think they have to agree on who the jurors are.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they each get. I have no idea if they each get 3 or what. I have no idea if it's different in civil or federal. I have no idea about any of that. All I know is
it was a drunk driving trial.
Oh, that was the last one I was on.
Both David and Tori wanted to make it on the jury. But for Tori, it was especially exciting because she had always wanted to serve on a jury.
Oh, my God.
She had been impressed on the importance of community. She had been impressed on the importance. Oh, my God, it's Monica.
I was thinking it was like
Oh, my
retelling
God.
of Monica.
It's her.
I'm not the only one.
They changed her name for legal reasons.
She had been impressed on the importance of community service since a young age by her grandmother, and it left a mark on her.
It is an honor to be an American, and that is part of your American. That's part of the civic duty that you have.
That day, she was walking her cat and thought, "I can't wait to serve."
Now let me go make some. Let me go make some toast in Henry. It was
Some canned ravioli.
I ain't the only one, bitches.
Oh, God. Yeah. Somebody just said, if the booger doesn't stick, you must quit. I don't want to quit anybody.
No, yeah.
But you have. It is disgusting and it's gross. You're right.
If you let the booger fly, you got to fire that guy.
Right.
Rhymes.
Yeah.
There you go. That was pretty good.
Thank you. But seriously, like, fire.
Monica, you don't think this? You don't think somebody should?
I don't think
All
they
right.
should lose a job.
Yeah, they should.
You should shush, Tiz.
Why?
Because you've gotten away with murder.
Not boogers, though.
You've gotten away with murder.
If I put boogers on plexiglass,
You put your
I would have been
pecker
like,
in a
I
Gatorade
would have
bottle.
quit. I would have been like,
You put your
No.
pecker in a Gatorade
Here's the
bottle.
difference. I put it in my Gatorade.
Is that the truth?
That's the difference there.
Is that the truth, though?
It's my stuff. I put my
Is that
pecker
the
in my
truth?
boxers. Someone else is wearing my boxers. The question is, why are they wearing my boxers? Not why am I doing stuff with my boxers? You know what I mean?
Is that the truth, though?
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
100%. I smell it on Mo's breath to this day. Allegedly. Allegedly, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think if it's somebody who's, I don't know. Either way, I think if you completely have nothing but disregard for the people you work with, I think it's disgusting.
I'm going to need you, though, to let it go. Words that I know are tough for you to understand because you will never know. You're not going to get closure on this. You can't let it drive you crazy.
I'm telling you, I'm not behind paying for the testing and making everybody do it.
I mean, that's
And
not
having a
really
boss
legal.
make everybody do
You
it.
can't make people take a.
I'll follow them around. I'll take soda cans off of people's desks. I will do it.
And this is what I mean by let it go. It's all consuming right now. No.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
At Jerry Olms CDJR, you pay what we pay with employee pricing during the Make This the Summer sales event. Get new cars with 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days at the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S. Tampa is Olm Country. Online at jerryolm.com. Call 1-800-210-6286 for complete details.
Hey, it's Galvin here for ArborWise Tree Service. ArborWise is a professional tree care service right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, specializing in both residential and commercial tree care. They've been serving the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years, and they're family owned and operated. Whether you need tree trimming, tree removal, air spading, or tree evaluation, ArborWise can give you a free estimate and consultation. With state-of-the-art equipment, no job is too big or too small. Check them out online at arborwisetreeservices.com or call for your free estimate today, 727-481-8081.
At Bernetti PA, our team will tell you that our #1 priority is striving for the best customer service in the industry. I'm honored by the number of referrals we get from our current and past clients. They trust us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar tonight, 7 p.m. Embassy Suites, USF, 3705 Spectrum Boulevard in Tampa. 1-800-875-PASS. CamtechSchool.com.
Weather Type Mike, can you tell us why hurricane-resistant windows are so expensive and why they are worth the price?
Now, are they pricey? Yes, but so is replacing your roof and your living room and your collection of signed lightning jerseys after the storm blows through. It's an investment in your home's safety, value, and energy efficiency. Plus, they can lower your insurance premium, and trust me, the only thing I've seen drop faster than my deductible after installing them is my willpower in front of a cookie.
I mean, it's logical if you think about it. When has cheaper really ever been the better option when it comes to protecting anything? We've all been through it, days or sometimes hours before a hurricane hits Tampa Bay, struggling and scrambling to get shutters up, plywood. Why do all that when you could simply call WeatherTight Windows and be prepared all year long? Call WeatherTight Windows today and get your home protected now.
WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows.
Summer tastes better at Hooters. Buffalo shrimp, tacos, Big Daddy beer mugs, and ice cold buckets. All at special prices all season long. Make your next move to Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
And a lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, I'm usually much more active, but since I've been in pain, I've had to limit the activities I'm doing.
You're listening to Janelle, Arch Support Specialist at the Good Feet store.
He came in and he wanted to be able to keep up, play sports with his kids. From there, we figure out which arch supports complement those activities. I fit in with the arch supports, and as I followed up with him, he's messaged me and said, I took my kids to the park today. We're walking, we're exercising, riding the bikes, and those are all things that he wasn't doing before because he was in pain.
For over 25 years, the Good Feet store's arch support specialists have been helping folks to live the life they love without foot, knee, hip, or back pain getting in the way.
Our goal is to have that long-term change for them. That's what's most important, is knowing that you leave an impact on someone's life. And I like that.
Try them for yourself. Stop in for a free personalized fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Lest you think that Good Greek Moving and Storage only does moving and storage, allow me to enlighten you. Good Greek Realty, they can list and find your next home with a referral network across the U.S. They offer Good Greek van lines, providing long-distance moving across the U.S. and across the world. They've now got Good Greek Insurance, Good Greek Lending, homeowners, auto insurance, and mortgages. They are experts in all things moving. Get a free moving quote by going to goodgreek.com.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement,
Now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to JP.
All right, State Guy in the Envelope, 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. It's JP, Monica, and Diz. Today, as always, got a white American dude. You know, he was an actor. He had a career first that led to acting. Monica, what was your guess? What was your question?
I asked if the other career was sports, and you said no.
Right, nothing to do with sports. All right, so acting, he had a career that led to acting, and then Diz asked if the acting career was longer. They ended up running, once he started acting, the careers ended up going simultaneously. Let's go with John on line 5. Go ahead, John.
Did he die in 2015?
No. Charlie on line 4.
Yeah, was his career in music?
No. Bob on line 3.
Was his early career related to the entertainment industry?
Yes.
Was he popular in the 70s?
No. Bo on line 2.
They just asked all my questions. Let me think of another one. Was he popular in the 80s?
Let's see when he really took off. No. Sorry. Not 70s, not 80s.
Are we talking like 2000s?
He was definitely going in the 2000s. That's for sure. I'll help you out. Like, he really started hitting the ground in the 90s and went into the 2000s up till his death. Let's go with Derek on line 1.
Was he a comedian?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Bob Saget?
It is not Bob Saget. No. And I'll say this. Most of what you know him for is, yes, he's a comedian, and most of what you know him for is comedy. Not all. It is not Robin Williams. I repeat. It is not Robin Williams. Todd on line 2, go ahead. Is it Robin Williams?
Hey, was this man a wrestler?
No.
He established he's a comedian.
He was not a wrestler. He was a comedian.
Did he play the genie in Aladdin?
You're such a dick. Oh, dizzy. That would be Robin Williams for those who don't know. Monica, you have any, we too early for nerd notes?
I mean, I feel like we covered it, but he's an actor who had another career that led to his acting, and that other career was a comedian. He got started in the 90s, went through the 2000s. He did both the comedian and acting at the same time. That's all.
Yeah, and the comedian thing, he really, so, you know, he was doing he was doing stand-up, didn't really have a big name for himself, right? But was able to turn that into acting. And then acting went back to him having, like, comedy specials. And then comedy specials led to him having bigger roles.
Acting is it TV? Did he do a lot of TV?
He did a lot of TV, but not like he did a few. There were a few shows where he was on like a whole bunch of episodes, but it's a lot of one hits on the movies.
Yeah.
I will give you a hint. He was. I'm not giving you a hint yet. Dave on line 1. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, everybody. Did he die in a car wreck?
No. No. Anthony, line 2.
Hey, was he born in the Bronx?
No. Where was he born?
How do you know it's not the Bronx?
It's not. Because I knew it wasn't the Bronx. I just didn't. I knew where it was, but I forgot. Todd, line 5.
Was this gentleman African American?
No. I led with white American guy.
No,
but that's
didn't.
okay. He just
I love how
tuned
you
in.
think. I literally write it down as you're saying it. You said actor. I never once heard you say a white American or American. Telling
really?
You. I swear.
Well, then I apologize. I owe him an apology. And I do hereby apologize. Better?
A little bit. I can see your face when you're apologizing. I think
No,
you're
I'm
more
not.
annoyed.
I'm
okay.
serious.
All right.
You know, having this new camera system, seeing myself talk is weird.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Well, because you're on the big square. I'm in this little dinky quarter, which is fine with me. I don't need to be in any quarters if it were up to me.
Yeah.
So your face, and I think that's why I made the nostril comment on that on day one, because your face is up there. It is.
For whatever reason, I'm in both squares right now. Like, you're a tiny little square. Every once in a while, Gareth will pop in, but now it's just me, and I'm in 2 big squares, and I'm staring at myself, and I see how much I talk with my hands. Oh, my God.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But
Oh,
also
my
the
God.
ladies find you attractive. So
Yeah, that was one.
it's for the ladies, JP. Do it for the ladies. Maybe some boys. We don't know.
Yeah, I looked good yesterday. I'm not going to lie. Bill, line 4. I was feeling good about myself.
All right.
Hold on a second.
Yes,
hold on a second, Bill. Bill, hold on 1 second. You don't have days when you're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling good about the way you look.
Every day.
Well, you're God's gift.
Thank you.
Of course you do, Monica.
No,
You're
I'm not
big.
saying I feel like I look like crap. I'm saying I don't know that I think I look awesome. I just
Not that you don't feel like there's no days where you walk out of the house liking your way you look and having a little bit extra pep in your step.
no. I think I wouldn't leave I'm making myself presentable to the public when I leave my house. So I'm not like a bum on the couch. But I don't think I look extra hot or anything. No, that's weird.
Well, I was looking extra hot yesterday. I don't know what you want to tell you.
Good for
What do you
you.
want me to tell you? Bill on line 4.
Yeah, I just got in the truck, so I missed most of it. But was he ever on Saturday Night Live?
No, nothing to do with Saturday Night Live. Let's do Alan on line 8.
Hey, did this comedian get no respect?
No, it's not Rodney Dangerfield. No. Joe on line 7.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
The TV show that he had, was it about him being a lawyer?
No. No, and he didn't really have his own. I don't think he really had his own show, to be quite honest with you. Let's go with Todd, line 6.
Yes. Was this a white American?
Yes.
Apology accepted, JP. That's all I had.
How did I know that was coming?
Oh, we all knew.
Jason, line 5.
Yeah. Did he play in the movie Tommy Boy?
No. He did not play in Tommy Boy. Let's do Mitch, line 4.
Yes. Does he share a name with myself?
Mitch.
No. Mitch Hedberg, maybe. Dave, line 3.
Hello. Was he in more than one show?
Like I said, he did a lot of episodic stuff. He had 2 shows that he had decent roles on,
Is
but
it
nothing.
Gary Stiller?
No.
He just knew before you answered the question, he knew who it was.
Right. John, line 7. This is getting more difficult than I thought it would.
Did he star in a sitcom with his name on it?
No. let me tell you, this guy appeared in the final episode of a major television sitcom.
Oh.
Right? And remember the time period we're talking about. So we're talking 90s into 2000. He appeared in the final episode.
Was that a one-off for him? Like
on that show, yes.
Oh.
Yes. You want a ding? I'll give you a ding.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Sherry, line 2.
Was he in Jackass?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Was he in Jackass?
Oh.
No. Matt, line 3.
Yes. Was one of his TV shows a courtroom situation?
No. I really can't believe this is less than that.
I know. I mean, I feel like the last couple of days they've been pretty quick.
Jerry on line 1.
Hey, was he heavy?
Yes.
Louis Anderson?
No. But Louis Anderson is definitely the closest so far. This was a big dude. And I'll even help you out because I want this thing to end now. A bunch of his stand-up specials were based around his size.
Oh.
And eating and stuff like that. Let's see if that helps. Steve, line 7.
Did he do Comedy Central roasts?
I don't believe so, but I don't know for sure. Who are you thinking?
Is it Ralphie May?
No.
Was he, is that person dead? Was the
Ralphie
sitcom?
May's dead, yeah.
Was the finale, was that in the 90s?
Let's see. Yes.
And did they play Time of Your Life by Good Riddance by Green Day in the finale?
I don't know what show he's talking about.
The Time of Your Life. Seinfeld?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Helper Monkey I said hello.
It's not Helper Monkey. Why am I incapable of my own brain? It hurts.
Doug, line 5.
Hey, was the show you're referencing Seinfeld?
Yes. Yeah, Monica just said that.
Is it John Panette?
John Panette is the dead guy in the envelope. Yes.
Thanks for ending JP's misery. Yeah.
Who I always thought was great. Yeah, he had a bunch of, he started doing, shows like Alf and things like that. And then he got his career, he was doing regular comedy, and then he got some episodic stuff. Good job. John Panette is the dead guy in the envelope. I happen to think that guy was really funny.
I don't. I as soon as you said he was heavy, and then I was thinking of the time frame, I thought of him. I just didn't know his name, and that's why I thought of Seinfeld. It narrowed it down.
I didn't even know he was in Seinfeld. I just happened to see an old clip of him yesterday, and I was like, "Whoop, there's my dead guy."
Is that what happens in your everyday life? You're like, the dead guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to, I guess.
Oh my God, I send myself dead guy emails all the time because what's always happened was I'd be like, "That makes a good dead guy. I'll remember that." And then I get into work the next day. I'm like, damn, who was that dead guy?
That's not happening, yeah.
So I finally started emailing myself. It's JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. We'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Allegiant Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show Friday, August 8th at Janus Live. And you guessed it, it's all grunge all night with some of Florida's best tribute bands, including Nirvana, a tribute to Nirvana. In a Nutshell, a tribute to Alice in Chains. And Still Alive, a tribute to Pearl Jam. It's a free show, but you need a ticket. Ask your bartender for an Elysian Space Dust IPA and free tickets at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's. The show is 21 and up. New bands with the classic grunge you love. St. Pete Grunge Fest, August 8th at Janus Live. Presented by Elysian Space Dust IPA and 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio.
Why pay more for your countertops? Luxury granite, up to 90% off retail pricing. Visit summerblowouttoday.com to book your appointment and save. Price includes custom sizing, delivery, and installation. Visit summerblowouttoday.com. Sale ends July 31st.
Summer is here, so if you are thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and you can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, and those costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Jersey College is a nursing school where faculty know how to give you the resources and support you need with encouragement and real connection.
Hi, my name is Ebony, and I'm a graduate of Jersey College. I felt like Jersey College truly cared about me. This experience was a life changer for me. It's a great feeling. You have to try. Don't doubt yourself. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Classes are enrolling now at our campuses in Tampa, Largo, Brooksville, Naples, and Port Charlotte. Apply now at jerseycollege.edu.
John Senning here. I'm obviously not an attorney, but Mo DeWitt is. And you probably already know that if you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo and his firm fights for the injured people in Tampa Bay to get them what they deserve. Fighting the insurance companies can seem overwhelming, but that's what Mo does every day. And he's ready to do it for you. No matter what life throws at you, stand up and fight to get what you deserve. And it all starts with one call to Tampa's injury attorney at 866-CALL-MO. Give him a call day or night at 866-CALL-MO. That's 866-CALL-MOE.
At Braden Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new CRV for just $199 per month. New Accords are just $189 per month. Or get a new Civic for an incredible $169 per month. We're approving all credit applications, and we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-575-7725 for more information.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family. Injured? Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you've got time off work this holiday season and your kids are out of school, you might find yourself pulling out your hair. Don't do that. Go to Pin Chasers, where it's always guaranteed fun, rain or shine. Pinchasers.net for all 4 area locations. You can even download the Pin Chasers app for nightly specials. Wednesday, 1025 The Bone Night at all the Pin Chasers location. They're on Armenia. They're off Hillsborough by the Veterans, and they're even in Pasco and now in Brandon. Pinchasers.net.
This is where you earn your money. The Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Congratulations, winner. You'd won $1,000.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. This is Nick from Wesley Chapel. I just won $1,000 from Mike Calta's Summer Vacay Payday.
The Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Keep listening to The Bone for your chance to win cold, hard cash. 102.5 The Bone. And now, back to JP. And now, back to JP.
JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. This is no good. I'm reading a story about a new type of bullying that's going on. And you know me, I'm okay with a little bit of bullying. Kind of keeps order.
It's the dodgeball theory you have.
The dodgeball theory. It keeps everybody in line. And if all the dodgeballs are being aimed at your head, you know you have to change something about you because people think you're kind of a dick. Right? Pretty simple. Anyway, this one is teenagers are using AI to create fake nudes of their classmates.
Oh.
And then sending them around. And apparently there are a bunch of AI powered apps. One of them, there's like a genre. They're called nudify apps. And with just a headshot, you can then take like from a yearbook photo or from a social media profile, and then you put it into these apps, and these apps will fabricate explicit, deep fake images of your schoolmates.
Are they making them like gross and disgusting bodies, or are they making them hot, high and tight bodies?
It doesn't matter. You're talking about kids that are in junior high school and high school.
I just didn't know which direction they were going.
They could probably do it both ways. You can probably do it however you want, but what's happening is like it's being done and it's destroying young girls.
But now as parents, I'm not saying that they're not going to be. No. As parents, at what age in 2025? At which age do you start explaining to? And I know that there's still going to be hurt feelings. I know they won't completely be gone. But at what point do you, as a parent, start telling your kids there's going to be bad stuff? Ignore the bullying online. Don't get too upset about it. That's what people do. There's weirdos.
Young, but this is different. This is somebody taking a photo of your kid and sexualizing it and then spreading it out. To me, this should be handled no differently than revenge porn. Because you know how Monica, you and I are dating, whatever it was, we break up, I'm mad, and I take the nudes or the videos or whatever that we made and put it out, and now I go to jail for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if you're taking, photos of somebody, if you're doctoring photos and you're making, deep fakes of underage girls, even if you're underage, that's
I was gonna say it's not an adult doing it.
As child pornography, right? I mean, I think it should be. I think because this can get real bad real fast. There's a story of I don't remember the girl's name. Apparently, she's from Long Island, and she went to the University of Miami. This was a few weeks ago, and apparently ended up banging somebody from the U Miami football team out in the middle of the streets, outside of a club. And then what goes on? People pull out their phones, right? And then the phones come out, and that video goes viral. And now that dude is kicked off the football team, and the chick is in a psych ward on suicide watch.
Yeah, and that's my
right?
And that's why I asked that about the different bodies. Like, I want it because that's bad enough. But if they're making them have ugly, disgusting bodies, then that's a self-esteem thing as well. That's a double whammy if you ask me. So,
but even if it's if you're talking about a 14, 15-year-old girl who's, all of a sudden she's never done anything like that in her life, and some prick that doesn't, because she doesn't like him, that prick decides to go on one of these apps and makes fake nude pictures of a girl and then disseminates it around school. What do you think it's going to do to that girl?
No, and that's what I'm concerned about is the mental health here. So,
of course,
at what
that's
point,
the whole thing.
Aside from the legal, awfulness of it and all, but how, as a parent, do you handle that when the kid comes home and is crying and saying, "Oh my gosh, this was invented. This is AI," and they're spreading it around school or whatever? How, there has to be a parental role in this. I'm not saying that it's wrong and bad and illegal or whatever, but how do you handle it?
You go right to the cops.
Okay, but how do you talk to the kid?
You go to the cops. You go to the school. You tell your kid. You look your kid in the eye and you say, "You swear that you didn't pose for these. You swear this isn't you." And if you really believe your child, you go guns blazing.
I understand that part of it, but okay, thank you, and you report it to the cops and all that. That's in motion, and someone's going to get punished and all of that. You still have a crying kid in front of you who has to deal with the ramifications, whose mental health is affected. How does a parent talk to the kid after that? Listen, I went to the cops. Here's what I have to say to you to help you through it.
You sit and you talk and you just try and figure out where the kid is coming from. You maybe tag in a therapist, or you have no choice. But this'll destroy kids.
Unless the parent steps in. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like, I really
I don't
feel
understand what you. I don't understand something. I'm missing something. Then I'm missing.
I really feel like the parental role in this is so important because,
of course,
I feel like you do want to listen to them, but you have to at some point say, please understand this is their issue. You did nothing wrong. You're a beautiful person. You are. I'm here if you need to talk about it, and like a million other things that can be vocalized to your child to let them know that they're to help their mental health.
So on one hand, I got to sit there and make sure my daughter's not suicidal.
Yes.
Right. And on the other hand, I have to go find who did this to my child, and they need to die.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like they need.
If it's a child, can we get the child off the?
Then the parent needs to die.
It's also important to help this child understand what he or she did and put them on a better, smarter track and rehabilitation type of stuff where, this doesn't happen in the future and they fully comprehend what happened.
Diz, what was the guy's name? Was it Juicy? Was that the guy that got you?
Oh yeah,
that got you through.
Juicy, right?
No.
What was the guy's name?
Yeah, he's
It was a dwarf name.
Huh?
Dwarf on golf.
It was one of the dwarfs.
Oh, dwarf, Sleepy.
Yep.
Oh, Sleepy's the one that got you through. He's the guy that got you through juvie.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden,
Juicy.
you want to teach a kid. To me, that's these kids would have to be severely punished, thrown out of school, legal, the whole deal, and that goes for kids or adults. If you start taking, Monica, if all of a sudden I go on one of these sites and I take your head and build a body and be like, here's what, Monica from 102.5 The Bone does in her spare time and put all those pictures out there, you'd have me in handcuffs in 20 minutes.
As an adult, yes, and 100%. And I'm not saying any of this is right. It's horribly
But it's a
wrong.
hell of an idea.
No,
I'm not going to lie.
Listen, don't act like people haven't photoshopped my head on a bunch of different things that don't like me. Whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? There's one thing when they Photoshop your head and it's obvious.
Yeah.
The problem is with these AI apps is it's not obvious.
Yes.
It's not obvious, and it looks like, Monica sat and posed for nudes, which, more power to you if you want to, but it's not nothing good is going to come. And what bothers me is like the people who are making these apps, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what this is going to be used for, and they're doing it anyway. Like I don't think, and maybe I'm just not seeing it all the way through. I don't see why the world needs an app like this on the App Store or the Google Play Store.
That's so far out of
for your
our hands.
average Joe to be able to do this to anybody they want to.
It's so far beyond. I'm with you. I think there's a lot of stuff, but you're going to have 15 people come back with all the good things that it does, and I'm not saying there's not good things that it does, but understanding this technology is going to there's always going to be people that figure out how to use it in a bad way. But we're past that, JP. There's no putting the toothpaste back in the tube. We're going to always have more and more technology that's always going to keep getting used, which I keep going back to this, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's why it's important for parents to talk to their kids so that these kids will not be the ones who grow up to use it or who in school use it as bad, and also those who are affected by people who use it bad aren't mentally screwed because of stuff that have happened to them.
Derek's on line one. Go ahead, Derek. What's happening?
Hey, guys. Hey, Monica, the discussion regarding the parent, the problem is I'm a parent of two girls, 18 and 20 now. And the problem that we have as parents is that there is such a stronghold with their social network, their friends group, that a lot of stuff that we discuss with them goes in one ear, out the other. So it's really important that these kids talk to somebody actually besides the parents that they don't have any confidence in a lot of times. They don't hold any credence with. We don't know anything at that age. And so it's very important that they seek some type of counseling, if that's, if they're even into that. But that's the problem that we're having with parenting these days, is they just don't care what we say. They don't listen to our condolences. Even if we say or do anything, they just don't believe that what we're saying is the answer. And that's the problem.
And that's fair. I think it also, I don't like to put, you know how I am, I don't like to put a blanket on anything. I think there are kids who are super close with their parents who don't have that issue. And then there's people who on the polar opposite of the end. And I'm with you on that. as long
We
as there's an
are
adult that they
Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone.
Serving my country required sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day, the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash, an entire weekend of everything Bone. July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Petersburg. The Mike Calta Show, JP, Senning Show, and Drew Garabo Live will be there all weekend to hang out with our Bone fam. For all the fun and details, head to theboneonline.com.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Wait, you're leaving us? You're matching pajamas.
Matching silk pajamas, babe.
You discover Heineken and now you go out to watch live sports?
We were literally made to wrap you in luxury, to vibe, to recharge your soul.
And your weighted blanket is here.
It's like a blanket, but so weighted.
Don't listen to your PJs. Head to the game with some friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Save up to 20% off roof replacements and monthly payments as low as $170 based on a $15,000 roof value. Go to universalroof.com for Universal Roof and Contracting and a free roof inspection.
I'm Keith LeClaire, founder and owner of International Diamond Center.
Want to hear a great American dream story? Get Keith LeClaire talking about starting IDC over 40 years ago with a few $100s and some gold chains.
I started this business with 8 gold chains. Now we have inventory valued at well over $200 million and over 500,000 satisfied customers.
Indeed, IDC has earned a stellar reputation in the national jewelry industry, able to attract the finest brands and command the best supplier pricing.
People here trust us because we are the real deal. Best product, fair pricing, ironclad warranties, and no pressure atmosphere.
A big part of that success is staying true to Keith's core values: integrity, honesty, transparency, and a genuine, unwavering commitment to customer care.
Part of the blessing of being in this business is we get to share in these happy points of other people's lives. My job is to continue to protect you today, tomorrow, and God willing, 3 generations down.
International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Are you ready to go from looking for a job to landing a career? Hillsborough Community College has the tools to reach your goals. Our fast-track workforce training leads to exciting careers with competitive salaries. You'll find accessible, affordable programs with convenient schedules that fit your needs. Our dynamic learning environment features expert faculty and leadership opportunities. It's time to change your life. At HCC, we'll get you there. Register now at hccfl.edu.
Summer is here, and it's time to get your backyard ready where you always wanted it to be. From custom patios and pavers to upgraded driveways, Waterman Properties is your go-to for bringing your summer vision to life. Whether you're remodeling, rebuilding, or repairing from a storm, Waterman Properties handles everything from demolition to install with expert care and zero runaround. Visit watermanproperties.net or call 813-715-7383. It's Waterman Properties. Your vision is their mission. Hit them up today and tell them Mike Caltasea.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts to see for yourself what your case